5 timeless home decor trends that homesandgardens.com hope will endure past 2023. Well, guess what? If they're timeless, then they'll be here, okay? Spoiler alert. One of you awesome subscribers watching recommended I look at this article because it's really interesting, authored by Jennifer Ebert. And these are 5 design trends that hopefully aren't gonna be going anywhere. They're not gonna be going out of style this year and then next year. The first one is the use of timber and natural materials. And I have a mixed sort of reaction to this one. I love natural materials. I love wood. I love the outdoors. I love all that stuff. But I think you can overdo it. And I think in some cases you can force the issue in spaces where it just doesn't really work. One big example of this is good old live edge wood all over the place. Nothing wrong with it, but I feel like a lot of people use it as a crutch to like just say that I'm trendy, I have a really cool table. It's live edge, man, not just regular wood. I think it's like anything though. As soon as anything becomes extremely trendy, it sort of loses its impact a little bit. But at the end of the day, if you truly connect to that piece of live edge wood, then that's good because you're more likely going to have it for the long haul rather than tossing it up on Facebook Marketplace. Because I see so many live edge wood tables on there. If you have an older farmhouse home, for example, and you have those exposed beams, I love when those are accentuated and you really just lean into what's there. But it feels a bit less impactful when you see that look online and then you just take reclaimed wood you found on a dump and then just nail them to your kitchen ceiling of your brand new home. That just doesn't do it for me. That being said though, the beauty of wood in general, whether it's in architecture or furniture or accessories, is the fact that there's so much variety within it, but almost always it's going to add character. It's going to add charm. Wood just always feels stylish to me. And unless it's been stained with an extremely aggressive honey oak orange or something else that's just really bright, it's likely going to suit your space because it's a material that we all know and love. And one big thing it has going for it is the sort of sustainability approach to reclaimed wood especially. It's not just a fad, it's actually good for the environment. Number 2, we have maximalist schemes. Now, I didn't know how here maximalism was. I know there are some people that really enjoy it. The bohemian movement has been huge for it. Embracing bright, big, bold colors and clashing patterns. All that is nice in theory. I do like when people can explore color and design and sort of push the boundaries a little bit. But from my standpoint, in the real world, day to day, more people are still going to gravitate towards those more neutral approaches to colors especially. And minimalism does still have a bit of a vice grip because people are realizing you don't need to have a ton of things. Maximalism encourages having a ton of things, or at least a ton of things visually. It's really about embracing more. Having more, seeing more, stimulating your eyeballs and all that stuff. I feel like that just happens over time. You just slowly accumulate more things and you just don't have enough space to store it all and display it all, so it's just all there. I don't know. My tip for a lot of you is if you naturally gravitate towards it, great. If not, but you kind of want to dabble, then start small. Maybe go crazy in your powder room or experiment with color in your dining room. Those sectioned off areas that are a little more on their own, why not play around there? Oh, and reading on, that's exactly what she recommends as well. Colorful minds think alike, right? Number 3 is smarter bespoke storage. This is funny because she right off the bat says an incredibly unsexy topic, but I think it is kind of sexy. The thing is, the author goes on to say it's not only an investment and will hopefully add value to your home. I think the hopefully and add value is an important distinction here. Because yes, in a lot of cases, those built-in storage solutions will add value to your home because they're very, very useful. There is a line to it as well, especially if you're going the bespoke route, which essentially is storage solutions with very specific use cases. And I do have a story I want to share with you because when I was working with a real estate agent, we did a house tour of this really incredible house that had $200,000 worth of built-in storage all over the house. And it was pretty cool to see. The only problem is the house ended up selling for nearly the same price as their next door neighbor who had 0 storage solutions built in. So luckily all those built-in cabinets were done by the owner who happened to be a master carpenter, so I'm sure he saved money along the way. But it just goes to show you, if you're going to install this kind of storage stuff, Do it for you because you need it in your home. Ideally, if you're planning to live in it for quite a while, try not to think of it as an investment, just more so a nice thing to have. And if it ends up getting you a little bit more money once you do decide to sell, then that's just bonus. Number 4, layer and layer of textural elements. Is she insinuating there's just one layer on top of one layer? I think it should be layers. Anyway, texture is awesome. I love texture, especially when you have neutral color palettes that you're working with. And in this example that we have here, off-white walls, gray rug, some wood, some marble. In cases like that, to add visual interest to a neutral space, you add texture. And that's pretty much what I do in my house because I love the feel of stuff. I love having nice, cozy blankets, kind of weird texture pillows, a big poof. Who doesn't love a poof? I see them everywhere now, but they're great. Very practical, very cozy and comfy, but also something nice to look at. Organic shapes and fluid design. This is cool. So I feel like this point is hammering that soft, cozy vibe that we're all really striving for nowadays. We're moving away from the overly calculated geometric stuff. Yes, there are some straight lines and some right angles in this example here, but this couch is so fun. Just a big rounded space. It looks very welcoming, but also still very stylish and sleek. I've always been a big fan of having both. So you have some structured elements, but also some rounded, soft edges here and there. So you get that juxtaposition, little back and forth. Great example, I got a big mirror in my kitchen. It's a circle, but it has a bit of a grid pattern going through it. But it's not just the shape of the furniture itself, it's also how your space is set up as well. So it's not like, this is the row that you sit, this is the kitchen area, the dining set is there, done, done, done. Very calculated. No, there has to be a little more openness, some ease, maybe a couch at an angle, not just along the back wall. Definitely off the wall a little bit if you're gonna do that. And then just playing with shapes. So instead of a rectangular area rug, even going with an oval one or a circular one, wherever you can add that bit of fluidity to your space, I think is great. Of these 5 trends, which one resonates with you most? Or better yet, which one do you think will be out of style this year? Let me know down below. Embracing imperfection is what wabi-sabi is all about. This is an amazing interior design style that I'm crazy about.